Hello? Oh, I forgot my webcam is on. Hey, what's up? But let's switch that to this microphone. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, how you doing? What's up? Dun, 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 dun. I'm just trying to figure this plugin out so I can release it. But for the most part, it's working. It's just the animations don't work. Um, local. Okay. Hey, thank you for the join. What's your project about? What is this? Okay, this is where my problem is. Make sure I'm passing the right event. Hmm. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. I'm running into a small issue. Got you. Maybe I can help you. What's the exact issue that you're having? I'm pretty good at coding. Right now, not so much. You see how you could hear the animation, the sound? You're not supposed to hear it because if I get closer, oh, I think I broke my code. Yeah, I broke my code. Just backtrack here. Backtrack. Okay, that's working. You see how you can't hear the bell, but when you get closer, you can hear the bell. It's supposed to do the same thing for the it's supposed to do the same thing for the animation, but it's only doing it for the SEs, and I'm trying to figure out exactly at what point um the sound effects for the animations play, so I can override it and have it play the correct volume and pan, but I can't figure it out. I am passing an event here, but for some reason it's coming out as undefined. And I know that for a fact because, let me see. Go to get multiplier. These are all sharing the same code. So I go down here and I'm passing in the event. But let's just make sure this event isn't also undefined here, because then that would be an issue. Alright. What number is this? 137. 137. So 137 isn't being reached at all. So 133 is played, which is this. If timing.se, which it does exist. And also, just to kind of save time and stuff, let me delete this regular one and just have it be the animation. Okay. 142, 138. It's coming in as undefined. Oh no, 142 is coming out fine. Volume is not set because over here is being messed up. 138 and 142. This is 138. It's undefined. And the only reason why it should be undefined is if this over here isn't defined. So let's go check that. Okay, let's see. I'm figuring it out. Plugin so development is all over the place. I can see the problem. I don't know it though. I could if I see your problem, I could probably figure out what the issue is, especially with plugins. But yes, a whole bunch of doing what I'm doing right now to figure out actually how to fix it. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. That's my problem. It's a function. Save this. Now, if I reload this should work. Well, not work, but it should at least progress to the next step. Yes, everything is filling in how it should. I'm picking up the game event, correct. And then let's just make sure it has our property, which is local sound distance. Yep. Alright, now we can run this. I kind of have to redo. Whatever. I just redo it again. Cool. If turn here if I don't have an event, and this dot local sound distance, put a question mark here, and then just put this here, save that. If I don't have this and I don't have this, don't even run this. But if I have one of these, run it. Okay. Okay. Let's just run this back real quick. Hey, what's up? How's everything? Just trying to figure out some stuff here, guys. F8. I feel like I'm about to figure this out, though. You know, like when you're about to figure out an issue and everything's just flowing. I don't even know I'm reading these logs. I don't think I should be reading these logs because okay, it's not working. Actually, no, I should be reading the logs. What was I doing? Okay, so the sound is playing. That's good. Good. That's what I was trying to check. Not read the okay. Just make sure this is also working. Because I was looking at the other people that made like scripts like this, and usually they use like a plugin command. So I just made it so where all the events in the game, if it's emitting any type of sound, the plugin would just override that sound. That way you could set like a default max distance to hear the sound that the events are making, and then you could manually set it to be like, hey, unless you're this close to the event, you won't hear the event. But I'm also trying to make it also do that for animations, and mainly because, right, here's why. With the ABS that I'm using, I'm spawning enemies all over the map. This is actually why I'm making this plugin. When you finally solve that one issue, you feel like, yeah, definitely. TMS. I don't know what TMS is. Oh, this guy. Twisted Mind Studio. So pretty much, the main reason why I'm even making this plugin in the first place is because, first of all, these people, Visual Studio wants $10 for me to pay for, and it doesn't even do what I want it to do. First of all, they want me to pay $10, and then the other guy that made the plugins for the action battle system that I'm using has a plugin like that, but it doesn't even work with the battle system. So like it's a separate plugin. So my issue is when all the enemies spawn, some of them are enemies to each other, so they fight, and when they fight, the animations go off. And when the animations go off, no matter where they are on the map, you're gonna hear that animation. So what I'm trying to do is make it so that every time an animation or sound effect plays from those guys, you don't hear it unless you're close to the battle. Because you know that would make sense. But and then the crazy thing is, I feel like even if I solve the animations playing correctly, it might not solve the issue because the battle system might be playing animations in a different way and not using the default. But if it is, that's an easy fix. As long as I fix it this way first, then everything else should be easy. Anyways, so gotcha. So you're so kinda yes. So I made this plugin. I'm actually still making it. I'm in the process of making it. So the sound effect part works great. So now I'm trying to make it so it also targets animations, because those animations also have sound effects. But it's just kicking my ass right now because well, the first way I tried to do it didn't work. Because I tried to make it where when you request the animation, it will do it, but for some reason it wasn't working. Then I tried it with the start animation, it wasn't working. This over here seems to be my best bet right now, which is just overriding the command 212, which is, if I come over here, command 212 is this one, show animation, right? Oh, actually, let me see something. Okay, yeah, show animation, right? Hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the battle system, when it shows the plays the animations on the map, it's using that command 212. I can't go ahead and check, right? I could go into the whatever and check, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot of work for me to find exactly where it's doing that. So I'm not even gonna bother. I'll just figure it out at the end. Keep my fingers crossed, guys. Where am I at? So many stuff. I changed the name to ambient sounds. There it is. All right. Also, if you guys have any like plugins that you guys need or want me to make, I can make that. I need more ideas for plugins to make. Because right now I'm just only making plugins that solve my problems. How did he? Oh, okay. I walked here. I remember. Let's get back to it. Okay, so command 212. It gets this. It passes it in. It gets this. It gets that. Passes it in. All of this works. This works. What doesn't work is this. So let's go back up here to where we defined it, which is right here. And it's not working because it's using this, right? And in this instance, unless I'm calling it from game event, which is why the SE is working, because that one, if I go down here to command 250, right? Actually no, I'm sorry. Those ones are being called from game event, right? When that SE plays is being called from game event, but I'm calling the other ones from game interpreter. So game interpreter does not refer to the same this. This will refer to that event, but this will refer to the interpreter when it's being called from game interpreter. So now what I have to do is, since I'm already passing an event from the game interpreter one, what I can now do is, actually, you know what I can do? Because I'm being dumb. Because I could literally just do this. This dot, actually no, that's not gonna work. It could work, but let me just put event here. And then what am I doing? Event dot underscore local sound distance. So pretty much it's going to try to divide it by this dot local sound distance, but when that doesn't exist, because it's not going to exist if I'm using it from the other stuff, it's just going to do event dot local sound distance, and then I don't have to do the extra check. The check is built in. Cool, I love it. Let's try it, man. So at this point it should work. Hey, what's up? Can I translate this from here? Nah, YouTube isn't that advanced yet. Translate. Merci. Oh, that was French? Oh, I love it. ChatGPT to the rescue, man. Appreciate you. not working. I hate it. I hate it. The bell's still working. Okay, let's see what's happening. Oh, we're not checking our logs. That's why we don't know what's happening. Alright, let's see here. Pitch is 100, volume is 90. And then it changes it to 100, 100, 130, 130. Let's go to 133 first. Let's see what that is. 133 is when it's first being, when it's coming in. Okay. Then 136 is when it gets copied. Okay. Then 138 is the game event that I'm using. And then after that, it's calling this. I have a log over there. And then after it does that, it should come back to 142 and play this. Okay, volume is 0. And this is this. Is it working? Volume is 0. Is the volume changing? If the volume is changing, then it's working. But if it stays 0, then it's not working. It's not working. Okay. Okay. Anyone have an idea? The Command 212 plays an animation, and those animations can contain audio. So yes. Damn, it's not working, man. What am I doing here? What's wrong? Well, first of all, I know for a fact that it's not playing the sound effect from here, right? I know that. So where the heck is it playing the sound effect from? Hold on. Alright, let's do some deep diving. Some deep diving. Find out where it's playing that audio from. Game interpreter, I'm pretty sure that's an object. Okay, so command 212, here you are. Passing the param. This dot character ID equals param 0. Okay, so that's the character that's playing the animation. Okay. Character equals this dot character dot this dot character ID. Okay, so this is the character. If I have a character, then game temp dot request animation. Ah, damn it! It isn't that one. I just wasted all my time. See, sometimes you guys have to actually go back and check what you're overriding because it will save you a lot of time. What do I want to do now? So yeah, it's gonna work, but it's just I'm overriding it doesn't play anime, and I knew it didn't because I commented it out to test to see if it was playing animations, and it wasn't. But I continued anyways. But it's okay. I figured out most of my problems just by doing what I did anyways. It's just re-implementing it to the correct place. So we need to go to request animation, right? And I was kind of already doing that before, and I kind of had an idea that that's where it was working at, but for some reason I couldn't pass the data the way I wanted to. But I kind of realized, because I might have been drunk when I was doing this that first time, because the data was passing effortlessly this time, but I don't know why I didn't just retry the animation frame one. Whatever, let's do it. It's gonna take a second. Cool. It's pretty much straightforward. All we have to do is just copy all of this. Event ID, animation, if blah blah blah. Take that out. We could even erase this whole thing, but I'm gonna keep it here just so I don't have to rewrite this again, just in case. And then request animation is right here, right? Before we actually do anything here, let's just paste this here. And let's go back to game temp prototype and request animation. Because we gotta figure out where these sound effects are playing from. And I want to just figure it out one time. Okay, request animation. Target animation ID mirror. Okay, animation ID. If animation ID. Okay. Start animation. This also doesn't. I'm not trying to play the animation. I just want to override the sound effects that it's being passed. That's being passed to it. Ah! Come on, ChatGPT. Okay. That gave me some more insights. Actually, so what we could do here is what am I looking for? Ambient sound. Where are you at? Request animation. I get the animation ID here. And this is passing. Okay, I actually know what the issue is. Okay, 1 second. So I did all of this. That's cool, but I'm still just passing the old parameters down here, right? I'm not actually doing nothing crazy. So what I need to do is, let me just look at what these parameters are again, because I forgot what's in that. I actually have to change the settings of what I did to it because it's just gonna play the original sound. See, sometimes you gotta read, man. But yes, but mainly you see how this event right here, you see how it's playing a bell and the hit icon. When I walk away from it, you see how the bell stops playing, but the hit icon still plays. I want to do the same thing with the hit icon that the bell does. You see, when he comes closer, I hear the bell, or when I move close, I hear the bell. But no matter how far I am, I can hear the animation play. I don't want to hear the animation play. Right? So pretty much this concept applies to all the events in the game that spawn. Ooh, cannot read property of undefined reading local sound distance. Escape. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out later. That might actually be an issue, but we will figure it out later. But let's just make sure. Oh yeah, no. We need to go back. Params. Come back over here. Let's save. Let's go to new game. Let's bring up this menu. Okay. So we have our event that's playing the animation. We have the animation ID, and we also have if it's gonna wait or not, right? So based on these factors, right? Command 212 would not be the best place to override, because all command 212 is doing is passing which animation ID. Actually, let me open these up in the new tab so we could see all of these at once. Actually, before I do that, let me I think what I'm doing might be better. Let me see. Okay. 0212 maybe, but what I'm pretty much doing is making the plugin that just replaces this. Well, it's not supposed to replace the sound. It's just supposed to lower it all the way up to like depending on your distance from the sound source is gonna bring it from 0 to 100. So what I'm trying to do now is the event command 212 is not the best place to override these because it doesn't change the actual event over here, right? So I'm just gonna cut this out. What I was doing is well, yeah, animation ID and mirror and target is also not the best place to do this, right? Because all this is actually, let me see, animation ID might be good too. Ooh, take that out. Shift Alt A, enter, paste my code here. This code I need because this works. But we just have to figure out the best place to put this. Let's go to start animation. So wherever the animation, let me actually just objects. There it is. Control F, Control V. Start animation. Not start animation. Request animation. There we go. So in request animation, what comes in here is an animation ID, and then it actually gets the actual animation right here. So if I do have that animation, then it's going to request, right? The request is going to be this. But where is it using this? Okay, so this dot animation queue dot push request. Huh. You know, this is confusing me, but at the same time it's making sense and I love it. This is why I love programming, guys. So look, here's what I'm thinking. Based on how this is working, right? I feel like okay, cause see, look, let me explain this. How this is working. So it brings in all these perimeters, right? I don't know what mirror does, so I'm not even gonna explain that. But animation ID is the animation ID. The targets is what target that you're trying to, the animation is gonna play on, right? So if that animation that you're trying to play exists, make this request, right? Or make a variable called request, which is an object that just has all this data in it, right? And then it's gonna take that request and it's gonna push it into your animation queue, right? And I might need to look at this animation queue too, but before that, and then pretty much all it's doing is for target of targets. If target does, so it pushes all those into the animation queue, and then it just starts the animation for all those targets. And then I think animation queue. Let me just check what animation queue is doing real quick. Retrieve animations, and then okay, I have no clue what animation queue does. So here is my brilliant solution, because I got one, right? It's not changing the, like, I don't think there's a way for me to change the actual animation timing, because as you can see, it just checks to see if that animation exists, right? If it does exist, it makes this request which has this animation ID. So all those things are already predefined, kinda, I feel like, right? No clue what mirror does. And then it pushes that into something something something. So what I'm thinking is, let's just make a copy the animation, right? Make a new animation in the database with a new animation ID, call that, and then delete it with the new parameters that I need. So that way, every time an animation plays, it's creating a new animation in the database and deleting it. But that might be stressful in the system. I don't know. But that's really the only way I could think of fixing this problem. Because what I wanted to do is just lower the fucking sound effect, but not have to fucking change everything. Just lower the sound effects. But that's the number one idea right now. That's plan A, plan B actually, because that's definitely gonna work. But let's try to figure out something else that's easier to implement. That's easy too, but I need something that's not gonna, that might be easier on the system, not like easy to actually code. So request animate, like, I don't, where is the animation actually played with the sound effects and everything? Okay, let's look for play SE, right? Let's look for everything that plays sound effects. Okay, that's not the right sound effects. So let's see what uses command 250. I guess nothing. Okay. Um. Don't you guys just love problem solving? Okay, audio manager dot replay. Audio manager play. Audio manager. Audio manager. Come on, audio manager dot play SE. Where you at? Here it is. Okay, what are you doing, sir? Name. All this extra stuff that doesn't matter. Okay. Let me just look at something real quick. Come on, don't. My computer's also been freezing lately. I don't know why. But let me check this one thing out, and then if this doesn't equate to what I needed to do, then we're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to do it that way. Okay, that's fine. Cause I really can't see anywhere that it fucking plays the sound effects. You guys, oh, whatever. All right, let's just hmm. And here's why I love ChatGPT, right? Right, a snippet. I could write it, but just do it for me. Just do it for me. Come on, come on, come on. And I hope it doesn't do nothing crazy because it shouldn't be hard. I just need to make a deep copy. What's happening? Come on, chat. Thank you. Obviously, we're gonna need to change that up a little bit, but I love boiler code. Then I could just come over here. I'm just gonna make this a constant. Right, let's just come over here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So what we're doing here is the sound copy function equals function copy. I hate stuff. Take this out. Put this here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is whenever an animation is requested, I'm gonna run this function in it, and then using this function, I'm pretty much going to copy the stuff and then delete it in the same stuff. So everything should be great. Okay, guys, we still have to change this up because this will not work. So we put in the old animation that works, that part works. And then it copies it to a new ID. I don't want to provide it the new ID. I need it to just make something random. So what I'm going to do is here we go. That's the one. All right. So what's happening here is when this is called with the old animation, it's gonna see if the animation exists. If it does, I mean, if it checks if it doesn't exist. If it doesn't, it's gonna return. But if it does, it'll continue. Makes a new ID. It's gonna pick a random number between 999,000, and then it's gonna pick a random number between that and add it, and that's gonna be the new ID. It's gonna parse it, and then it's going to pretty much make the new animation the old animation. But this is the part where we need to change some stuff, which is right here. Right? But we do need to get this old animation. Okay. Okay, we're gonna call this old animation, and then let's try this out. It's not working 100% yet, but it should do what we need it to do. So now it doesn't matter where I call this from. If I call it from Game Interpreter, it's cool because at the end of the day, it's just gonna return the old animation. But I'm gonna just call it from Start Animation because all the events has this, and I could easily refer to this from Start Animation. Right? Right. Let's go ahead and come down here. Doop. And we're gonna go ahead and pass in the old animation ID, which will be this. Right? And then if we go back to Doop, go up here. So when you hit Doop, this comes up. I don't want it to, well, it could make that, I don't really care. I just wanted to console log this out so I know that it's working. Okay. What number is that? 27. 27. Anyone at 27? No one at 27. But let's also make sure this is being called in the beginning. Alright, let's see. Start animation called with invalid property 187. 187. 187. 187. Where you at? 187. Cool, right here. that's where my problem begins, because what the fuck do you mean you're called with an invalid animation ID? Run this again. Hmm. Oh, so sorry. Not fucking start animation. My bad. Request animation. Delete this. I have no issues or quarrels with you, and I don't even think this works how it's supposed to work. I mean, this doesn't get called with any parameters. They're all coming from this request animation parameter, which is over here. So what I need to do is this. Save this. Reload this. And then watch this work. There we go. We got first. And then we got 28. Something 28. Yep, we got 28. And then it crashed at new animation ID. It crashed right here. But that's fine because that's things. Okay, that's fine. The crash is fine. We didn't even need. I don't even know why it crashed. I mean, I do, but we don't need that part of the code. Yes, animation ID is always an integer. From 1 all the way to however many numbers of animations you have. Okay, we are in business. So that's here's the timings I have to change, right? Ooh, sound timings. So pretty much here, sound timing. I have all the timings. I have to change them, change the pitch and the volume. So it plays the correct pitch and the correct volume. So what we need to do is okay, we are. So I'm seeing the old animation, but I also need to see the new animation. So let me copy this. It makes the new animation here. So let me copy all of this. We haven't made the changes yet, so bear with me. I'm just trying to make sure it's being copied correctly and everything. Let's go to. Okay, so 28 and 28. ID 1, and then there should be a crazy ID. Nope, ID is still 1. Oh well, no, the ID isn't still 1. But I needed to change the ID to whatever the correct ID is, because then we're gonna have issues. Okay, those are all easy fixes. But the reason why I know it's not ID 1 is because I'm calling literally with this crazy number I generated, right? So here's what we're gonna need to do. We're gonna need to do a couple of things. So we're gonna have to modify mod animation. So this is where we're gonna have to change the animation. So let's just come down here, right? New animation, which is going to be an object, right? Equals new animation. Actually, let's just make that an object too. Actually, I could just do this. New animation dot id equals new id, new animation dot sound. Actually, let's just copy this word for word. So I wanted to just get rid of the sound. It's not gonna do that now, but when it shows us the new copy, it's gonna actually show. It should show the reflected changes. So go to new game. So if I look at the copy, the ID should be correct. Yup. And then the sound timing should be empty. Correct. Yes. All right. So what we need to do now is go back down to, and I need to return the new animation. After all this is done, just please return new animation. Okay. So let's go find where we're using this. So const animation equals the thing that we just made, right? So it's gonna duplicate it and do all of that, and then const animation ID equals animation dot ID. So now if I replace this, no sound should play. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Yes, that's how you do it. Alright, so no sound is playing, which is good, because what we're doing is we're overriding the sound timing to pretty much erase everything. But now what we have to do is come down here to our original code that we were messing with before, that we were trying to figure out, which is we commented it down to this. And then since I'm doing it from the game event, right? Which is here. Where is it? From, oh, actually no, I'm still doing it from fucking request. That's why I didn't want to do it from there, because I don't have access to the game, to the ID, to the character ID from request animation frame. But it's okay, guys, because we know how to fix stuff. Okay, so look. So I know for a fact game interpreter calls request animation frame, and then request animation frame then calls start animation. Start animation, we don't even need this one bit, right? So I need to be able to pass in the event ID, because that's how we're gonna know exactly what event is playing the sound, right? Because that's kind of important. We need that. But hold on, let me just figure something out real quick. So this is over here, and it's doing this. Request animation frame. All it's doing is calling this, which just returns back that new animation that we made. And then it gets the new animation ID, and then it puts it here to call. Puts it there to call. And this is game temp. Ooh, actually, let me not be an idiot. I have something here called targets. Come on, C log this out, console log that out. And I bet you target is what the event is targeting, so I don't even need to do all of the crazy work I was just thinking about doing. I was about to do something crazy just to get that ID into this, but I don't have to because I think it's being passed by targets. But let me see. Targets. What number is that? 162. 162 targets. Look at that. Game event. Could there be multiple targets? Oh yeah, I guess, because I think it uses the show animation for like I don't know, but let me just keep in mind that there could be multiple targets when we do this. So that means I have to run a for loop on here. Okay, so I have targets, I have animation, IDs. Everything we need is pretty much. Everything we do is pretty much. Okay, that targets is fucking me up now because I wasn't thinking about that. Because if there's multiple targets, the sound has to play from multiple places. And yes, I actually do have something that does do multiple. Like I think when I'm using the let me see here. You know, it's always something. Like when you're about to figure it out, something else just comes out of nowhere and be like, hey, you thought so, but nah, not today. Okay, let me go to classes, skills. Let me give myself what is this called? Fire first. Oh, I think our problem is actually solved because as you can see, oh wait, no. I'm not supposed to hear any sound effects at all. But anyways, let me I'm just trying to hit 2 people at one time and see what happens. Come on, guys, group up. That's a beam. No, don't talk to me. There we go. Hmm. Um. Let's not worry about it. We actually need to worry about it. How about that? Anyways, we got the targets, whatever. Let's just pretend it's going to always be the first target, right? Cool, cool, cool. So now we could actually implement this. But let's also pass in target. Right? So now we have access to that. And then we go copy this. Or cut it. Go back to our dupe, which is up here. And then a new animation. This is where everything is changing. Let's give ourselves some space. Paste. Check my chat. Appreciate you. So let's see. We got okay, so we got the animation playing, right? Not playing. Don't confuse. See, once you lose track of your thoughts, you start getting confused, and now you have to regain focus. But look, all right, let's see. So this way the new animation is being played, right? And I'm passing in targets. So let's go ahead and receive targets. Right, so we got that targets, and then we're not doing anything with the target. We don't need this anymore because we know this plays. We also don't need to see the old animation because we know that works. I'm just removing some of these console logs that I know works because we don't need it anymore, so I don't get confused when looking at the log. Cool. This is gonna run into an error when we run it. I don't want that. At least not right now. So what we need to do before is targets. Where the fuck is targets at? I could low-key just get rid of this event. Actually no, because it's using the event ID for this. Okay, let me see. Targets. Copy this. C-log this in here. I already know what it is from getting it from down here. Getting it from down here. Where is it? Targets. But I don't want to have to keep coming down here, so let's just get rid of that. Because this is set up to work, right? We just need to make sure that when we well, there's two things we have to make sure. One is that we delete this event, new animation we created after we use it. But the second is we also have to make sure we just pass in the right parameters up there in dupe, and then this should just work because as you can see, no animation is playing even though the animation, it has animations. So let's go back up here. Cool. So this is all we have to work on for now, all these parts. But what I need to do is test out what targets are being played again because I 100% forgot. New game. F8. This .event ID is not the term. Let me just delete this real quick. I'll come back and paste this. Just showing you what targets are. F8. Okay, stop. What number is that? Target. 31. So it's a game event. I don't want to assume that it's always going to be target 0. So what I'm going to do is I want to return a new animation ID for every target. Okay. And you know, I'm a smart guy. I know how to do that. So what I have to do is I mean, this isn't gonna make it so it's just one target, but I'm gonna keep it at target. So I'm gonna assume that I'm only using one target at a time, and then on the overall thingy, I'm gonna run a for loop that just targets all the targets, right? So what we're going is targets. So yes, it's an array of target. Yeah, it's a list. Let me see. But over here, I'm gonna assume I'm taking one target at a time. That target is gonna come in, right? And then that target is going to be let me go ahead and check this. What do you have? You have ID? Do you have ID, sir? Are you old enough to get in here? I don't think you have an ID, sir. Okay, well, those are all underscores. I know how to get the ID, but I want to see if there's an easy way to just get it from here. It's not here. Oh, wait. Event icon. Event ID. Here it is. I love it. Cool. Where was I just now? Event ID. Damn, what was I doing? Target. Dot event ID. Right? The animation is going to be okay, this is the old animation right here, right? Okay, I could get rid of this because what I really just need. Okay. Well, this and this is the same thing actually, so I could just get rid of this animation right here, right? And then just old animation, copy this, old animation, make sure I change this to this. Ooh. So old animation and old animation dot sound timings, old animation dot sound timings dot for each timing. You could get rid of this. Actually, no, let's keep that for testing purposes. If timing dot se, change this, and then the event is going to be game map event ID, and that event ID we've already taken care of. Do not log the event because I'm hoping you're already taken care of, right? And then is gonna run volume multiplier, but I'm gonna get an error here because why am I gonna get an error here? Because dupe is being called from game temp, and game temp does not have that thingy, and that thingy is this. So I could go ahead and change game interpreter to game temp because we're no longer calling it from that. Okay, that solves the error that we're gonna get here, here, and here, right? I do need to see what the SE is, so console log that. And since I'm treating this as a single target, right, we have to go back down here. Huh, actually this is gonna fuck me up. Fuck. Cause it's taking one animation for all the targets, right? But if the different targets have different animations, right? Oh, I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Because I'm already, and here's why I'm smart. I'm already making animation IDs unique anyways. So each of the targets can technically have different whatever this is, right? So what we need to do is, no, that's not gonna work. That is not going to work. Because I need to run this only one time. I can't call this as many events as you want that's on the screen. That would be crazy. Game temp request is call. I can pass in the targets, and it passes in the IDs for where they're going to get played at. But the way this is set up now, let's also just pass in just one target, just to make sure. Actually, let's just keep it at one target for now. Okay, so it passes in the animation ID, passes in whatever targets, however many targets it is. It was just gonna take the first target, right? And then it's gonna get the animation ID, it's gonna get this, and then it's gonna call it. Okay, let's run this, man. It might work. Fingers crossed. Yes, but my issue is, I was gonna do that, but my issue is, you see this? This has to get called once. Right? So what I can do is after I do the for loop, I can just make all the targets. So let's say it's target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can make animation ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go inside this game temp dot request animation. I mean, go into the next script called stack deep, and then also handle that. But I don't know. Let's just see if this works first. If it does, then I'll try to do that. But yes, I can definitely reiterate over it. This dot get volume multiplier is not a function. Okay, so that's telling me that because I'm in game temp, right? So that's what this will refer to. And then game temp dot prototype dot has that. Okay. So let's just go back over here, and it's saying that this right here does not exist. This dot get volume multiplier. This dot get volume multiplier. This dot get volume multiplier. Ah. So now let's go ahead and figure out what the fuck this is. So clog this, and also let me just see what if I'm actually getting the right event. Clog event ID. Ah. Okay. So event ID 40, that works. Oh, window. What the fuck? How is it being called by the window? Wait. Why is this being called by the window? I'm clearly calling it from game temp dot request animation frame. Clog this. Okay, let's see. I mean, if it's not really a big deal. I just gotta change the name. It's just I wasn't expecting it from to be called from there. That's so strange. Okay. See, yeah, look, game temp is calling dupe, and then out of nowhere, now I have fucking window. What's even in window? Ah, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, we don't care. So what I'm going to do is copy this window. Oh, actually, we don't even have to. Just come over here. Scroll here. Go to window. Copy this. Go over here. Paste this. Save this. Reload this. Make a new game. It should work. Please. Ah. This dot get volume multiplier is not a function. It's not from this one. Know that for a fact. It's the one in dupe. The one in dupe. Dupe, 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 dupe. Where is it at? This is coming in as the window, right? Let me just make sure that that's number 45, right? Make sure the variable's attached and the variable's called get. Oh wait, that actually no, that might be the issue. Let me see. Is it underscore? Anywhere underscore? No, no underscores. Okay, cool. So it should be here. And is what is it called? It's called not dupe but get. Oh, actually, you know what? Might be in here. Game temp. Oh. Okay. My ass is being kicked again. All right. We just literally gotta figure out where. I mean, I can bypass this. It's not an issue yet, right? And I'm actually kind of being dumb because I could definitely bypass this so easily. But here's what we're gonna do to bypass this, right? We're gonna go ahead and copy this. Doop. I'm gonna cut this out, and we're gonna put this. Where is it? We're gonna put this right here, right? And then we're going to not use this dot whatever. We'll just use it directly. That should solve our issue. There we go. Okay. Our issue. Okay. So these are the new event timing that is passing through. As you can see, we don't got the time, but we got the ID and everything. And I 100% forgot what we're actually testing. 117 to see if the new stuff is coming in. Volume is 0, pitch 0, pan negative, whatever. So what that it's telling me is that it's working. Yes, it's working. It's working. Cool. So now what that means, since it's working, what we're gonna do is new animation ID, is that correct? And then new animation sound dot timing is going to be almost at the finish line, guys. Almost at the finish line. Okay, so pretty much what we got here is this part of the script is working, but now all we need to do is just change this little thing right here, right? So what we need to do is and we're gonna need to cut these stuff out here. messing something up here, guys. Hold on. Um, let's kind of change this to map. Okay. Okay. So pretty much, if I have the timing, make a copy, find my event, run this based on the event, run this to based on my distance, I guess. Set the pan, and then I don't need to do this, but pretty much just return that back. So what's happening here is so this is an array. This makes a new array of all the new animations. It changes the timings. I'm confused at this point because like I'm tired. So my train of thoughts is actually kind of like gone, but like I feel like I'm doing the right thing. Okay, if all the animation in whatever, then animations is equals to sound dot timing dot map, right? Okay, wait. So these are all the new timings. Yeah, I'm cooked. Okay. So these are all the new timings. That's all this is. Alright, let's just run through the logic for this. This just checks stuff. This gives us the old animation. This generates a new animation ID. This copies the old animation to a new animation. And then I set this new animation variable to that animation I just created. I'm console logging nothing, so let's delete that. And then I set the event ID to the target that I'm receiving, because remember, I'm receiving one target, I'm receiving, and I'm changing it to the target's event ID. And then if I have old animation and I have old animation dot sound timings, right, then it's gonna make a new variable, and it's gonna set that new variable to the solution of this. And this is a map, so all this is pretty much doing is it takes all the timings that I have in my animation. So if I go find one of them, whatever, I don't think I have. So it takes all the timing I have my animations. If I have the SE in it, it's going to pretty much change SE to a deep copy of the original SE, and then it's gonna assign this event of that event ID that I passed. So that's the event that's playing the sound. It's gonna console log these two things out. I kind of don't need these anymore. And then it's gonna run this to change the sound, change the sound, change the sound, show the new SE, then return the SE. So every time it does this, it's gonna return a new changed SE for the whichever timing it is, and then take all those timings and put it into an array, which is here. And then all I'm doing is saying the new animation, these are your new timings, which are the stuff that you changed here. And then I'm console logging that new animation out, as well as I need to also return that new animation. Ooh, sorry. And that last return should be the last return that makes this work. Yes. Okay, still not working, but that's fine, because we can debug, figure out what's going on. Okay. First, let's check this 45, which is undefined. 45. Okay, that's fine. That's because, okay. Okay. Stop. Let's also get rid of the bell, because keep in mind, this is also checking for the regular SEs. So let's just make it the animation. Run this. New game. So pretty much all I'm trying to figure out now is to make sure that it's everything got copied how it's supposed to get copied. For example, actually no, let's start at the beginning. This is an array. Don't worry about that. Game temp, don't worry about that. Object. Volume is 0. And then the time is 90. Oh, actually, let's just find out what this number is. What's that new animation? Okay, so 115 is doing what it's supposed to do, right? So I'm getting the correct number. Right. And then 127. ID is correct. Timing is wrong. 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 Oh. Cool. That's an easy solution. Cut this out. We're supposed to be in here, not out there. reload. Okay, can I read property of undefined reading ID? New animation is a constant right here. It's been copied, it's here. If old animation. When you think you're solved all the errors, it's always something. It's 105. Okay, I know what's happening. 105, 105. So if it's calling it at 105, let's minimize this. Okay, that's my problem. No, this is not gonna work in here. Cut this out. You return the new animations. This is what I actually need to see. Because that's where the error is going to be coming from. What ID are you reading? Okay. Let me see. Save that. Okay, so I have all my animation timings, but they're not being changed. Wait, why am I returning new animation here? Ah, my brain is killing me. Hold on. Let me think. I'm getting confused now. And it's happening worse than before, because I've been staring at this code for 3-4 hours. Oh. Okay, concentrate. Okay, let me see. We're literally at the end. It's just like right now I can't really think straight, so I'm fucking up what should be easy. Okay. And I even forgot what I just did. Alright, let's see. Let's bring all of this back. This is how it was before. This is good. Don't return timing.se, just return the timing. There we go. Even though I can't hear it now, but at least it's returning the right timing. If I go over here, timing should be at 0 with these ones, right? And then if I go over here, timing should be higher, maybe 100, but no, it's still coming up at 0. Does the pan at least change? Pan changes. 0 here, negative 100. So that's working, that's working, that's working. So then let's go ahead and check out 115. Okay, so the volume is going in at 0. So let's go ahead and C-log. check the distance. 50, not a number, not a number, not a number. So why isn't it not a number? Let's find out. Okay, so we have our player X, we have our player. Okay, that's my issue. Because it's using this, it has no clue what the heck this is. So what I need to do is pretty much do this, do this, and here we're gonna go ahead and do this, dot. Let's go ahead and put X here, put Y here. Okay, so it's using this, and again, remember this, when we're using the animations, don't refer to this, it refers to like the window or something like that. That's why we're passing in the event explicitly, and now we're gonna say, hey, if this isn't what you're supposed to be, use this. If this isn't what you're supposed to be, use that, and that should work. That should give me the right distance, and then if I run this back, that value should not be a number anymore. It should be an actual number. I still can't hear it, but at least now we're calculating the distance, right? And this is what is returning. So let me actually console log that out. Just to make sure everything's flowing. What number? 50. Number 50, number 50. Still coming up at 0, that's fine. But what happens when I get closer? Is it still 0? So now, this is where the next issue is. Almost at the solution. I can feel it. What number is this? This is 50. Undefined and 10. issue is I didn't put a parentheses here. That might be my ish. It's like math. You put the parentheses in the wrong place, it calculates the numbers wrong. I mean, it is math, but still. Yep, that was my issue. Parentheses. Because I'm pretty sure it's probably trying to divide this. It's trying to use this or this. And this is not a number. But I needed to use this or this whole thing here. So let's go ahead and put that there. Save this. Alright. Moment of truth, guys. Oh! Oh! It's working! You hear that? You hear that? You hear how it's closer? And then you see how you don't hear it anymore, guys? Let's fucking go. Woo! I love it. Alright, now I can sell this sell this plugin to you guys. You guys can use it. Cool. That was pretty cool. But what else? What else? I feel like this panning isn't really accurate. I feel like it's just panning based on which way I'm facing. And not really based on how. Yeah. See, that's why when you use ChatGPT to make snippets, you have to check your code sometimes, man. Hold on, because I don't think that's what this is doing. Yeah, it's not. It's literally just, I mean, I kind of knew that in the beginning, but like I was like, let me just use it because I don't have time to figure this out. But this is the next thing we gotta change. We have to make the pan actually, I need it to be based on the event's location and not just the way the player is facing. So I'm just gonna copy this because I'm lazy and I'm tired. Copy ChatGPT, where are you at? I need you to rewrite this. Alright, make this based on position make the pan make the pan based on the direction the player is facing, based on the sound event location. Whatever, I'm pretty sure it's gonna understand me. Come on, ChatGPT. That's the word I was looking for. You see, I love it. It just makes the code. Copy, paste. Look at all that jumbo math that I would have had to figure out. But because of ChatGPT, It's so easy. And now we test it out to make sure it works. If it doesn't, we go back and we beat up ChatGPT for giving us the wrong answers. Alright, come on, chat. Alright, chat. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. Tutorials, coding stuff. I do other coding. I make websites. That's my main thing, software. So I could be doing that for this channel, but I don't know. I want to make a new channel, reading X. So there's something. Okay. It's reading X. Alright. Event.x. Player. Oh, because I'm not actually passing. I'm actually not passing an event. That's why it's not working. So let me go ahead and everywhere I'm using this, I have to pass that event. It's like I'm reading X, but I don't know what X is, guy. You gotta help me out here. Love it. Is it actually working? Yeah. Yeah, like from here, I mainly hear it from the left speakers. Yeah. And then now I'm kind of hearing it from the right, but like it's in the middle-ish. Alright, that's good enough for me. Shoot. Alright guys, I love it. Another plugin down the whaties. I need to do some stuff. 85 ambient sound, play sounds from events. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. How much should I sell this for, guys? Let me know. All right. So the animation gets created, and then after it's being used, it gets deleted. Reading frames. Reading frames.